Hello, everyone. Welcome to everything. We are back and we are winning once again. I've not stopped smiling the last 30 minutes, and I don't think I'll stop smiling. Maybe until next year. Happy New Year to you guys. What a way to end the year. 4 goals at Brighton. You guys, you know how tough we've had it at Brighton before. Remember when we went to Brighton and Leno got injured and it ruined our season, and Guendouzi and Ateta fell out after that game. Mope scored in the last minute. We've gone to Brighton with Arsene Wenger. Glenn Murray scored against us. Early on this season, Brighton beat us in the Carabao Cup. They eliminated us. Last season, they beat us at the Emirates. They possibly cost us top 4. There's a time they beat us at the Emirates once again, or drew, and they were laughing at us. We've only beaten Brighton twice over the last 10 games. Today, we've gone there and we've scored 4 goals at their place. 4 goals at Brighton's place. Brighton this season, they've beaten Chelsea, I think, was it 4-1 or something? 4-0 or 4-1. They beat Man United at Man United's place. They went to Man City, I think they lost by only 2-1. I think they went to Liverpool, drew 3-3. Brighton is a very good team. Like, actually, for me, before today, I said Brighton and Newcastle at home next time, Brighton away today. I fear Brighton more than Newcastle at home next time. Yes, Newcastle have done well and everything, and they do well against us at their place. But Brighton, home or away, they're a very good team. Whichever manager they have, they play very well home or away. They don't just defend. You know, when you play against teams like Burnley and teams like Stoke and teams like maybe Southampton, sometimes they defend. Brighton do not come to defend against you. Brighton come to win the game. And you saw it. I was very happy. Once again, we scored in the first 1 minute we had scored. Usually, earlier today, Man City drew with Everton. I did not expect Man City to draw with Everton. I think I predicted 5-1. That was a shock. Man City drawing with Everton, that was a shock. And then Newcastle drawing with Leeds as well. That is a chance to go 7 points clear. Usually when a team drops points and everything, when you play next, usually you also drop points because of the nerves and everything. And let's be honest, most of us, we've never really seen Arsenal top of the table for this long. I think the last time, maybe 2007, 2008, and maybe when Leicester won the title, we never get anywhere close to top of the table. Brighton, Mike, I'm so happy, man. I'm so freaking happy, man. I'm so freaking happy. So freaking, I'm trying to regain my train of thought, man. I'm so happy, man. I've never been this happy. Top of the table, City have just drawn the game and Newcastle have just drawn their game. How do you want the next game to start? You want to get an early goal to calm yourselves down. And that is exactly what we did. 1 minute into the game, away from home against Brighton, 1 minute into the game, Saka had already scored. 1 minute into the game. This is like the 8th or 9th time we scored a goal in the first 10 minutes this season. That is the one thing that we've absolutely been incredible at this season. Any team, whether it's home or away, very quick start, we score within the first 5 minutes. If we don't, we score maybe in the 15th or 16th minutes. And by the way, we are also the only team in the entire Premier League not to concede a goal in the first 15 minutes. The records this season are good. HJ90, I can see in the charts, we've always argued with these guys when you're doing the shows and you guys watching this about what needs to be changed at Arsenal and everything. This season, there's like 100 positives. And that thing of starting games quickly is really amazing to me. Usually, Arsenal 2 seasons ago, 0-0. Usually, we'd go to Brighton and I'd want a draw, you know? Whenever you go to Brighton, I usually ask for a draw because they're a very good team. This season, being top of the table and knowing Man City can catch up with us anytime, we go to these teams and win, and we dominate the game. Yes, Man United beat us, but they know they beat us luckily, and I cannot wait to face them in 3 weeks' time. We went to Man United, dominated the game. We dominated the game against Liverpool, a team that has always beaten us the last 10 years. We dominated the game against, was it Brentford away from home? Brentford is no joke. Brentford has beaten nearly every single team this season. We went there and we won 3-0. We went to Crystal Palace, dominated the game. This is I saw a stat about being away this season. We are pretty good away from home this season. I think we've picked up the most points away from home this season. I think I have it here somewhere. We'll go through the team and everything. Yeah, this season we've collected 19 points away from home. We are fast. We've won 6 games. We are fast. We've only conceded 4 goals. Okay, I think that was before we conceded 2 today. So we've conceded 6 goals away from home this season. And we've kept 6 clean sheets away from home. That is very good, man. There's a time. You remember Wenger's last season? I think we only won 1 away game against Huddersfield on the last day. We lost to Brighton, lost to Stoke, lost to Swansea, lost to Man United, lost to Liverpool, lost to Tottenham. These days we don't do that, man. We go to Brighton and we absolutely dominate them. I love seeing that, man. Let me know how you guys are doing. What a way to end the year. I can see Chicken says up the Gunners. RK saying Happy New Year 2023 to you, Glenn. I appreciate it. HD said we have fought hard for times like this. Yeah, I know the song. Absolutely fantastic, man. HD knows. All for you guys who have been watching this for long, I've never ever said Mikel Arteta out, and sometimes I felt stupid because after that Villarreal game, everyone was like, Arteta out, you're never going to go anywhere. And I was like, no, I can see something. There's something here. I know people mock the fact that we won the FA Cup and that's all that matters, and that is why they're keeping Arteta. But I knew there was something there. There's definitely something there. And if you've not seen it until now, you're definitely a hater. There's definitely something there with Arsenal. It's clear to see the football. He's gotten the transfer windows are great. Speaking of the transfer window, it's opening tomorrow. We have a huge transfer window ahead of us. I've always said, I think Man City will win the title, but we've gotten into January. Now that we've gotten into January and we are still top of the table and we are 7 points ahead, this is the first time I'm saying it. We are definitely going for the title. There's no way you can get into January 7 points clear and talk about Man City are going to win the title. No, we want to win the title as well. We've done so well this season. Why not? We can also win the title. Let's go for it. This is the first time I'm going to say it. Yes, we are going for the title. Forget about Man City are good. They're definitely going to catch up with us. No, we are good enough to win that title. And I'm believing now. We have a very good team. Odegaard, oh my God. Did you see Odegaard's pass for Martinelli's goal? Oh my goodness. He didn't even look. He didn't even touch the ball. Literally just passed it right away. What a pass, man. And one of those people who said Maddison for Odegaard, blah, blah, blah. We were wrong. Arteta knows what he's doing. Edu knows what he's doing. And back to Arteta, after that Villarreal game, after that Burnley game where we lost, after that August of last year where we were bottom of the table, I kind of felt stupid about supporting Arteta because I was always Arteta in. But things have come correct, man. And I'm so happy that things are working out right now. We are in January. We are in January tomorrow, and we've lost one game. We've lost one game. Usually by now, yes, I know we've only played like 16 games, less than usual, sorry. But we've played really well, man. We deserve to be there. Even if there was no World Cup, I believe we'd still be top of the table. And I'm so happy, man. I am so happy. This is the Arsenal we knew. You know, back in the day when you had Thierry Henry, Adams, I mean, most of us did not watch Arsenal back when Tony Adams and Ian Wright were playing. I caught a bit of Thierry Henry and Perez and Reyes and all these guys, Fabregas. I remember we had a good time with Van Persie and all these guys. But this is the first time since then that I feel like I'm very, very happy. Like since the Rosicki days and World Cup, this is the first time. This is the first time. Just imagine Arsenal win the Premier League, man. I literally cry. Arsenal win the Premier League. I've never seen Arsenal winning the Premier League. I was too young to see Arsenal winning the Premier League in 2002 and 1998 and everything. This will be the first time I understand football and Arsenal going for the league. That is crazy. It is crazy hearing fans from Man City saying, Arsenal have won again today. Arsenal are playing Newcastle next. Arsenal are definitely going to win. It's crazy listening to people talking like that about Arsenal. We're usually the banter club. Not these days. Not with these guys in the team. Not with Saka in the team. Not with Odegaard in the team. We are no joke these days. We are absolutely no joke. And we are a serious team once again. I want to see something in the January transfer window. I literally rather, if we were going to sign 5 players in the summer transfer window after the season, I rather sign those 3 players right now. Right now. This is the time. Mudryk is tweeting about Arsenal and commenting about Arsenal every time. Literally, today, Mudryk has posted a photo on his Instagram watching Arsenal. He seems like he really wants to join Arsenal. Get that done. Try and get, I don't know. We'll talk about the transfers from tomorrow, but let me know in the chat, how many players do you think we need in this January transfer window? We need it because City, obviously, I expect City sometime to win like 7-8 games in a row. So we need to be ready for that. We also need to win. But what a season, man. Basically, this year, I think we've had a very good year overall. Yes, last season, people say we bottled it and everything, and Ben White didn't do this and that, but no. I think we actually had a good season last season. Yes, we lost a few games at the end, but last season in general, we played very well, coming from bottom of the table all the way to like 4th and competing with these guys, and we were doing very well. I think Ben White had a good season last season. People will not agree, but you can see how Ben White plays these days. What a player. I know we've made errors. I know Saliba made another error today, just like last time, but Errors are expected. I know Saliba's made a couple, Gabriel has made a couple, but you can't be perfect. Hopefully, they get their head in the game and everything, and they can correct that from next year. Next month is tough. Newcastle, Man United, Tottenham next month. It's not going to be easy. So that is perfect. So there's a real possibility that we could be 10 points clear because City play Chelsea and we play Newcastle. That is a huge possibility. I'm starting to think Man United could get to third or second. Just because they're actually playing. They're keeping clean sheets and everything. And I think if Man United win next time, I think they will. I think they could actually get to second in the next 2 weeks. But yeah, we are not looking at Man United. These days, I'm not bothered about these teams, by the way. Like it's actually a bit cocky because I'm very confident. Like today I said we are going to win. Like we're definitely going to win. Sometimes it can look like we are being a bit too arrogant. But I mean, and can you see the game the football we are playing? Odegaard, did you see the way he just nutmegged that defender? In his box, Martin Odegaard, 35 million, Martin Odegaard, 35 million. Do you know how much Man United bought Anthony for? 100 million. Odegaard is 20 times the player Anthony is. Do you know how much money Chelsea paid for Lukaku? 100 million. Even Nketiah is better than Lukaku. Nketiah is scoring goals. Nketiah scored in back-to-back games. What the hell? Odegaard is our top scorer, like 7 goals. Martin Odegaard. Last season, Odegaard scored 7 goals. The whole season. This season, he has already scored 7 goals. We're in December. I hope I've gotten the maths correct, but I think he has 7 goals. Saka is scoring. Martinelli is scoring every time. Jacques and Partey, no problem. Partey is fit. Touch wood and everything, but Partey has stayed fit for 3 months consecutively. Martinelli has stayed fit for 1 year straight, playing 90 minutes every day. Ramsdale is great. White is now playing as a right back, probably the best right back in the world right now, Ben White. I don't care what everyone says. Left back, Zinchenko can play, I have no problem. Tierney can play, I have no problem. Up front, like Jesus is not there. Smith Rowe is not there, but we're just winning and winning. Smith Rowe will be back probably in the next game as well. We have a January transfer window. Things are looking so good. FA Cup is starting. That is our cup as well. We usually want to win that one. I really want us to try and win the Europa League this season, but I don't know. If we get to February and still top and the Europa League feels like it's getting in the way, I think this season we'll get into the Champions League. If we drop from first to fifth, that would be a disaster. I think we can now start planning to play Bayern Munich and PSG and all these guys next year. Hopefully we are back in the Champions League. Also that, it's been like 6 years since we saw Arsenal playing in the Champions League. Crazy. Let's go through Arsenal's lineup today and get through how the game went. So this was our lineup today. We had Ramsdale in goal as usual. A back four of Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, and Ben White. Zinchenko is the only one who came in today. Tierney was dropped, or not dropped, rested, or just rotated. Any of them playing, I have no problem. Partey, Jacques, and Odegaard. Odegaard, what a player, man. He's quickly becoming one of my favorite players. Right now, I always say Ben White is my favorite player with Saka. But Odegaard is up there as well, man. Martinelli, Saka, and Nketiah up front. We have a consistent team these days. Back in the day, even 3 years ago, today it could be Bellerin, tomorrow it could be Cedric, tomorrow it could be Lacazette up front, it could be Aubameyang up front, it could be Ozil as a number 10, it could be Mkhitaryan as a number 10. No. These days, we know our team. Xhaka is a must start. Partey is a must start. Odegaard is a must start. Saka, Martinelli, brilliant. And then on the bench, we definitely still need to improve our bench. I mean, we're not the strongest on the bench. Tierney, Tomiyasu, Cedric might leave as well. Holding, El Neni, Lokonga, Marquinhos, Fabio Vieira. Yes, a few talents there, but obviously you need to improve the team. If Smith Rowe is there, great. Maybe if Jesus is fit and Nketiah is on the bench as well, great. But if you add Modric and someone else, so if you were to sign just 2 players this January, let's say Modric is one of them. That is a left winger, right winger. Which other position do you think we need the most? Another striker or another defender or another midfielder? If you are to sign 2 players, so apart from Modric, 1 more player, which position would you sign to improve our team between now and the end of the season? Let me know. So I think I predicted Arsenal 2, Brighton 1, because we don't have it easy at Brighton. Brighton is a very good team, very, very good team. I didn't expect us to go there and score that early and just absolutely dominated them the entire half. That first 10 minutes, Martinelli had the ball 5-6 times. It could have been like 4-5-0 in the first 10 minutes. Lamptey played really well for them today. If Lamptey wasn't there, Martinelli would probably have had a hat-trick. 1 minute into the game, Saka scored. But people will see Saka's goal and they'll see Martinelli's attempted shot and the ball falling to Saka. But what people won't see is the guy who actually helped us get that goal, Thomas Partey. Lamptey was about to counter-attack, and Thomas Partey intercepted that ball in a crucial area. If Lamptey passed that, it could have been Brighton attacking us. That would not have been a goal. That is why you need someone like Partey in the midfield. You know, when you look at the game in detail, you'll see things people like Thomas Partey and Xhaka do. When you just watch it as a casual, obviously you'll just see Saka scoring. But that came from Partey. Very important play in our midfield. Intercepted the ball. I think it fell to Xhaka, Odegaard, one of them. And then Odegaard gave it to Martinelli, and then it fell to Saka. And Saka is starting to finish goals. This is the one guy who's never left my FPL team, and he'll never leave my FPL team because he's always scoring. I don't think there's a game that finishes without Saka scoring or assisting. That was 1-0 to Arsenal. Very early start, very early goal. Things you love to see. We've done that so many times this season. We scored against Liverpool after 50-something seconds. We scored against, was it Leicester, very early as well. Tottenham, like we scored early so many times this season, it's crazy. Another positive, set pieces. We'll talk about that as well. Every time Arsenal has a corner, I expect us to score. 10 years ago, every time another team has a corner against us, I knew we were in trouble. Remember the Peter Crouch days, the Stoke City days, whenever they delap threw the ball into the box, I knew we were in trouble. We could not defend set pieces. These days, teams cannot defend set pieces against us. That is just amazing, man. There's so many people who are doing their job at Arsenal right now. Arteta, Edu, set piece coach. Let's not forget the set piece coach, man. We are a different team these days, set piece coach. Even not just the headers and Gabriel and Saliba scoring and all these guys, even the guys who are taking those corners. These days, Saka, he fluffs it sometimes, but he takes really good corners. Whenever Odegaard takes corners, he takes them well. Cedric, whenever he takes them well. Martinelli, like, things are absolutely good. And I can see our fixtures on screen right now. Newcastle, Tottenham, Man United. That is not going to be easy. Everton, Brentford, Man City. We'll talk about that. But yes, 1-0 to Arsenal. Zinchenko also had a chance in the second minute. Could have been 2-0 within 2 minutes. Martinelli also had a chance in the fifth minute. That was a very quick start. Away from home. Usually you go away from home and you're trying to, park the bus for the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, quiet down the crowd, try to scare them off a bit, try to keep a clean sheet in the first 20 minutes. These days, not Arsenal, not the Arsenal for these days. These days, we come to your place and we take over your place right away. The first 10 minutes, we do that. First 5 minutes, we do that. And we did exactly that today as well. Zinchenko, I think also Zinchenko had a decent game, especially in the first half. He made some really crucial interceptions. He went forward well as well. He missed a shot, but very, very good player as well. We need him to stay fit as well. Trossard also had a chance in the 15th minute. Those guys are good as always. I expect them to create a goal, a chance, and a few chances. Ramsdale did make a save as well. And then we also almost scored right from another corner. Thomas Partey, it was blocked from there. And then the referee, as usual, I did not like the idea of having Michael Oliver as a referee in the last game and then Anthony Taylor. These guys, I don't like these referees. He decided to book Partey and Gabriel, both of them yellow cards. Gabriel, sometimes I love the passion from Jacques and Gabriel and all that, but I need him to calm down sometimes because when the referee starts targeting you, you might start picking up silly red cards, and I don't want that. But yeah, I do appreciate his passion, Gabriel. This is not the Arsenal that we used to have, the soft Arsenal with Scolacci and Vermaelen. Vermaelen wasn't soft, but they aren't really going to shout at players and the referee, the Bellerines and the Gibbs. Did you ever see Kieran Gibbs shouting at the referee? You'd never see that. Gabriel, Xhaka, these guys do not joke around. If you mess with an Arsenal player, they'll come, then they'll start fighting you. You need exactly that. And then right before halftime came the Odegaard goal. Another fantastic corner, and Odegaard with another finish. These days, Odegaard scores goals, man. He scores goals nearly every single week, home or away. He's added goals into his game. Fantastic. He was a very good player when he was on loan 2 years ago. He was a very good player last season as well, but he didn't really score a lot of goals. He didn't take a lot of shots and everything. These days, when he gets into the right position, and that is almost every single time, you guys won't believe what I've given him in the player ratings, because just watching this guy is amazing. 2-0 to Arsenal at Brighton. I don't even remember the last time we went to Brighton and scored 2 goals. Have we even scored 2 goals there? Maybe when Pepe scored there, maybe 2020, 2019. We rarely go to Brighton and score 2 goals. Definitely not in the first half. I don't think we've ever scored 2 goals at Brighton in the first half and made it so comfortable. I don't think we've ever done that. But 2-0 to Arsenal at halftime. What more could you have asked for? I was starting to smile, ready for the new year. If the players wanted to go for a party, well and good, because I felt like that was job done. But yes, you cannot underestimate any team in the Premier League. I didn't want any subs. Things were looking good. And we scored early in the first half and we scored early in the second half. Another positive. We did the same thing against Tottenham, scored like in the 47th minute. I think we did the same thing against Leicester as well. Right after halftime, we scored a goal. If we don't, especially if we don't score in the first half, we usually score very early in the second half. And sometimes, like today, we score early in the first half and we also score early in the second half. Nketiah once again, the poacher. Nketiah, right place, right time. Martinelli with a good run. Was it Martinelli? Yes, good run, good shot. Got the assist for the goal in FPL. And Nketiah, right place, right time. I need him to score like that. Like whenever he gets a chance, scores a goal because it will build his confidence. And if Nketiah gets very confident and he starts finishing his chances, the league will be in so much trouble. If like the time, the way we've turned right now, and there's no one ever saying anything bad about Saka these days. The moment we get to that situation where Nketiah is playing so well and no one is talking badly about Nketiah, we are going to be a very dangerous team. That will mean Nketiah has perfected his game as well. There's Jesus, there's Smith Rowe, there's Odegaard, there's Saka. Will be a very good team. I cannot wait for that time. Nketiah, 2 goals in 2 games, fantastic. Last game he scored the goal of the match, fantastic finish. And today he showed us 2 qualities, 2 different goals. Last time he held back the defender and turned him and scored a very good finish to the keeper's right. Today, poacher's goal, waiting for the rebound like back in the day with Inzaghi for AC Milan. Right place, right time, waiting for the ball to drop and you're there. No offside, keep yourself onside and ready for any second chances, any second balls there. And he got the goal, Nketiah to make it 3-0. And at this time, I was just smiling. I don't think he could have taken that smile away from my face. 3-0 against Brighton in the 47th minute. Things were looking good. I was starting to think 4-0, 5-0 could come. Things were looking good. Obviously, Saka also picked up a yellow card. We picked up a few yellow cards. It was a feisty game as usual. And then we made a sub in the 59th minute. I have Ben White in my FPL team, so I didn't get a clean sheet. I'm sad about that because you're subbed off in the 59th minute. But Tomiyasu came on and Ben White went off. Tierney came on. Tierney came on for Zinchenko. Tomiyasu came on for Ben White. And I don't know. Did Brighton score those 2 goals because Ben White is not on the pitch, or is just because I don't feel Tomiyasu was bad. Saliba made an error for one of the goals because I feel Tomiyasu intercepted a couple of chances, but the moment Ben White went out, we considered 3 goals. One of them was disallowed, and how many of them was from Ben White's side? Ferguson, whoever that Ferguson guy is, I've never even heard of him, and he just turns up against Arsenal. Mitoma is a very good player. At the World Cup, he played really well for Japan, and he actually, I think, scored against us when he played them in the Carabao Cup, and today, he's a very good player. Now, in the first half, how many times do you see Mitoma? I think Ben White dealt very well with him. The moment Ben White went off, we started seeing Mitoma a lot more. Not saying Tomiyasu is a bad defender, definitely not. Especially when you play against Liverpool, you put players like Tomiyasu on the pitch because he'll mark out players like Salah. But today, when Ben White went off, we considered 3 goals, and I think 2 of them are from that side. So a bit right about that. But it's good to have 4 good fullbacks. That is a position I don't think we need any players from. But right after Ben White and Zinchenko went off, Mitoma scored to make it 3-1. Good finish to be fair to them. Good build-up play. Brighton definitely have that. I'd like us to sign a player from Brighton next season, or maybe even January. You never know. Mitoma, players like Trossard, any of those guys. Imagine if we had someone like Trossard on the bench. That would be perfect. If we had someone like Trossard on our bench coming on with Smith Rowe and Mudryk, that would be absolutely perfect. So 3-1 to Brighton. I was still not that worried because we were still comfortable in the game. I did expect us to add at least 1 more goal, which we did. It was from a Brighton corner kick. And the ball fell to Odegaard, and Odegaard gave a pass like, that is like a combination of Iniesta, Paulo, Beckham, all together. Xabi Alonso, all these guys. That pass from Odegaard was dirty. Dirty pass. That was one of the best through passes I've ever seen. That is Cesc Fabregas. Fabregas-esque. Yes, that's how I'm supposed to say it. Cesc Fabregas-esque pass. That was fantastic, man. Like, if you haven't seen that pass from Odegaard, in case you didn't watch the game, just go and look for the fourth goal, and don't even look at the goal itself. Just look for the pass from Odegaard to Martinelli. That is one of the best passes I've ever seen. He didn't even look, man. Maybe he might have given it a glance, but he knows that Martinelli is running, and he got the ball and literally from the middle of the pitch through pass, and it was definitely onside because Martinelli was in his own half. And to add to that, what made it even sweeter, Lamptey is very quick and Martinelli outran him. That is very good to see. Martinelli, I thought he should have passed that ball to Saka, because if he had missed that, we'd have been in a bit of trouble because Brighton scored after that. But yeah, I think Martinelli should have passed the ball to Saka in that situation. But hey, he was confident, and as we usually say, as long as you score the goal, I'm not going to say anything. And he scored the goal. The keeper saved it. It went through him, though, but it went in, so I cannot complain about that. 4-1 to Arsenal. Odegaard, fantastic pass. Martinelli, good finish. Should have passed it, but well and good. He scored it, no problem. 4-1 to Arsenal. And that was the 70th minute. To be honest, I thought game was over then. I thought you were going to get a fifth goal. It didn't work out that way. It definitely did not work out that way. And El Neni came on for Partey in the 73rd minute. I knew when El Neni comes on, it's pack the bus time and they're going to kill off the game. But unfortunately, Saliba made an error. I don't know. Why is Saliba making these errors? Is it because he's not much fit, because he didn't play at the World Cup, and he only came back like less than a week ago, actually, right? When did we play our game? Monday. He came back last Friday. So about 8 days ago, that's when he came back to Arsenal. So is it because he's not much fit, or what is it? Because he had a spell for around 4 months where he didn't make a single mistake. So slightly worried about him making those mistakes. How are you, Alan? Thank you for being in the chat. I can see you guys. Isaac, RK, Taiwo, I'll come to your comments. Edward, thank you for being here again. Martin, all you guys appreciate it. I don't know why Saliba is making the mistakes, but hey, mistakes happen. Like, even Varane has made like 4 mistakes for Man United this season. But anyway, 4-2 to Brighton. 10 minutes to go. Still nothing to be worried about. It's still 2 goals. And there's a chance we could add a fifth and everything. And we've brought on El Neni, and I think we brought on Holding after that. But Brighton had other ideas, man. Brighton had other ideas. I cannot lie to you. When they scored that third goal, I'm not going to use the word, but you know the word I want to use. Yes, that I was ishing myself. Yes, I was panicking. I was crapping myself, basically. When they scored that third goal, I knew they were going to get 5 or 6 minutes added on. And I was like, oh no, this was giving me Tiote memories when he bottled the 4-goal lead and Tiote scored in the last minute. I was starting to get very nervous. Like when it was 4-3, I did not expect it to be offside because I'd not seen that. I thought it was a perfectly good goal until we were shown by VR. VR is amazing, by the way. We all love VR. VR is fantastic. They should give a new contract to that VR official for spotting that one, because if they scored that, we'd have had a bit of trouble the last 6 minutes. And who knows, maybe they would have scored to make it 4-4. And that would have been a terrible way to end the year, especially after playing such a good game, scoring 4 goals at Brighton's place, and then they come back from 4-1 down in the last 10 minutes to make it 4-4. That was terrible. I'll rewatch the game again and see what went wrong. Maybe the players took the foot off the gas. Maybe they started thinking about New Year's party, what they're going to drink, where they're going to drink, whatever. Maybe they took their eye off the ball for a bit. But yes, that is why in the Premier League, you have to focus until the 98th minute. You have to. Or when it's Man City drawing the game, today they were given 11 minutes. You have to focus until the 105th minute, until the final whistle, because teams like Brighton can just turn up and they can score anytime. And luckily, the goal was disallowed. And I said that goal being disallowed, I celebrated that more than any other goal today, because I knew how important that was. If that goal went in, or if it was allowed, you'd have been in a bit of trouble. But 4-2 to Arsenal, that is how it ended. Holding obviously came on, as I said, and what a win, man. That is a very good win. I don't know if it is our best away win. Chelsea. I think Chelsea is our best away win. And then maybe Brentford. No, I'll put today's second. I think Chelsea was our best away win, and then Brighton today's second, because we never win at Brighton. Like, my memories of Brighton are terrible. Just that one of Leno getting injured at Brighton, and Guendouzi falling out with Arteta in the same game, and Mope scoring in the last minute in the same game and laughing at us in his post-match interview. That was a tough day at Brighton. Last season we went to Brighton. I don't even think we had a shot. I'll check that. But I think when we went to Brighton last season, we drew 0-0. And I think we had like one shot. Not these days. These days, Arsenal is totally different. Let me read the stats before I come to your comments. And this Chelsea, 68% possession for Brighton. That is very good for them. 32% for Arsenal. We had 14 shots today. 7 of them were on target, half of them. We had 3 shots off target. They had 7 corner kicks. We had 4. We both had 3 yellow cards apiece. We missed 2 big chances. Which ones were those? We missed 2 big chances. I'll try and remember. Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko was one of them. I can't remember the other one. But the stat-wise, our goalkeeper made 3 saves. They made 597 passes. We made 286. So yeah, Brighton is no joke. That is why I'm telling you, winning a game away at Brighton like that is a very good victory. They literally doubled the number of passes we had because they're a very good passing team. They're a very good technical team. They also won more aerial duels than us. We won more aerial duels than them. They didn't complete a dribble at all the whole game. That's interesting. We made more tackles, more interceptions, more clearances. Whenever you make more clearances, more interceptions, and more tackles, that means the other team is really attacking you a lot. And I think we defended good for most part of it, apart from the last 15 minutes, but we did quite well to get the 4-2 victory away at Brighton. I cannot ask for anything more. Right after the World Cup, everyone, even Arsenal fans themselves, they were saying, after the World Cup, the players, Jesus is injured now, Nketiah, I'm not sure about him. Man City only 5 points behind. This will be 2 points, 1 point behind by the time we get to the next year. No, actually, the points have not reduced. They've increased. We are now 7 points ahead. Arsenal is 7 points ahead of Man City in January. I would never have predicted that. I predicted Arsenal to finish 4th. Nowhere near top 1. We are first on the table, and we've only lost 1 game, and we are scoring goals, and nearly every single player is playing well. We are creating numerous chances every single game. We've scored 40 goals this season. We are the only team on 40 points as well. Things are looking absolutely good. And even next time, going to playing against Newcastle and then going to Tottenham and playing against Man City and Man United, I'm very confident for all those against all those teams. We have it tough against Tottenham away from home, but this year I'm confident. Man City, we played really well against them early on this year at our place. I'm confident. Like if we drew with Man City, I'd be very happy. There's no reason why you can't win, but I'm not scared as I'm usually of Man City. Over the years, I'm like, oh no, Man City, if we lose 3-0, that's okay. Against Liverpool, if we don't concede 5 goals, that is fine. 4-0 will be okay. That is how scared I usually am. Let's play a back 5, back 6. No. These days, I'm like, we are going there to the Etihad and you're going to play a 4-2-3-1 and you're going to attack you, or 4-3-3 and you're going to attack you. Things are looking good. Let me see you guys' comments before I come to the player ratings. Happy New Year to all of you guys, by the way. I know most of us are not yet in the new year, but just a few hours, 2, 3, 4 hours. Let's see. Jits, let me call it Jits. Jits is happy. That's awesome, says Honest. Let's see. Great win, says Abdul. Was tough, but the boys dug in. Absolutely. Come on, you Gunners. D says the EPL is ours. You know what, D? I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to believe this story. Arsenal to win the league. That would be crazy. A few months ago, people were saying Arteta out, Nketiah out, Saka, what is he doing at Arsenal? Why haven't we signed a striker? Transfer window. This Stan Kroenke. This day, you know what? A part of me starting to like Stan Kroenke. What the hell is going on? I'm starting to like Stan Kroenke. What the hell is going on? Like I'm starting to believe in Stan Kroenke. Like what the hell is going on? Like I'm actually confident that they're going to give the money for us to buy players in January. Like things have changed at Arsenal, guys. Things have really changed. Let's go, Gunners. We can make it, says Original. Fire, says Stanislas. It's time to get 2 more players and you take the trophy. I'm very confident, Stanislas. Arsenal gunning them down, says Oladipo. Thank you for the New Year's gift. That was a perfect New Year's gift, Isaac. Happy New Year, says Dongo. Yes, the elephant that was top of the table. The elephant is still there, you know, and the elephant is very comfortable. We're actually having kids on top of that tree now. That elephant is very, very comfortable these days. It doesn't even look like we're going to fall off anytime soon. Now we've even created a margin for ourselves. Like we can, even if we lose one of those games, by the way, Arsenal fans, whenever we lose a game, let's not overreact. I don't think we're going to go unbeaten until the end of the season. Like things could happen. We could easily get eliminated from the Europa League as long as we don't overreact this time, because these days, let's believe in the projects. That elephant is still top of the table. We've given ourselves a cushion. We've given ourselves a gap, a 7-point gap where Newcastle, Tottenham, Man United. Even if we draw or lose one of those games, we'll still be top of the table. And maybe you could even be 7 points clear because Man City is still playing against Man United at the same time. They're going to play Chelsea at the same time as well. So that is really, really good. Harriet says this Arsenal is something else. Watching Arsenal these days, the way we just pass the ball around, away from home, that is what has excited me the most. We are going to Chelsea. You know, we went to Chelsea 2 months ago and we absolutely dominated them at their place. They couldn't get the ball. We've gone to Brighton and we've played really well. We've had like 14 shots. We've created chances. Last year we went there, we couldn't get the ball. A few years we went there, we were absolutely dominated by the likes of Glen Murray. This is great, man. Thomas from Uganda, appreciate it. Nice one from Arsenal, says Satim. Yes, we have, as HJ say, we have fought hard for times like this to shine like this, HJ. In the words of Mick Mill, starting a new year with congratulations, says Matthew. Starting a new year with happiness, absolutely. I'm loving it, bro, says Nelly. We all are, Nelly. This is absolutely fantastic. I can't even believe it. We are late, says Love. Arke says, please subscribe and smash that. Yes, any true fan would definitely like the video because we are doing well. So whichever platform you're watching on, make sure to hit the like button. And as HJ said earlier, we could easily be 10 points clear, man. If we beat Newcastle, I love everything boys are doing. Points, goal difference. This is the new Arsenal. Yep. Everything, man. The way you're dominating games. We've only considered, today we considered 2. So I think that takes us to 15 or 14 goals conceded, which is still not bad. Usually by now, we've usually considered like 30 goals by December. We deserved the win because we battled a lot. For sure, if we didn't win that game, it would have been a nightmare because we definitely deserved to win that game. Edward says, Happy New Year. We have a reason to celebrate, 100%. HJ says, Modric, Felix, and Caicedo. Caicedo didn't play today. He's a very good player in that midfield, so I think maybe things could have been different. So if you had to choose 2, HJ, if they said we are going to sign, because usually January is a hard time to sign players, but no, this time I actually agree with you. I think we need 3 players. We need 3 players. I don't know how they're going to look at it. Maybe they're going to look at it like Jesus is back in February and Smith Rowe is back. Maybe Modric will be enough and 1 more player. I don't know. But we are top of the table. Like, just buy players and we're probably going to stay there because we have a very good squad. We need backup for Partey, says Emmanuel. Yeah, we need that in January. I agree. We need that in January. I think that would be the position I go for. Central midfield and whichever forward, left forward, right forward. Usually a striker. I don't know if we can get Felix, that would be great. Like even someone like Trossard, if we could get him, I'd be very happy. Like, you know what? Someone like Giroud, if this was 2016, Giroud is still good, but if this was 2016, I'd love to have someone like Giroud, like in this team. Now, not Giroud necessarily, someone like him, someone who can come off the bench and score with the header. The way Giroud used to do in the last 10 minutes, come on and scores a header and equalize or something like that. If we had someone like a Giroud right now, it would be so perfect. If you can get like a tall striker or someone. I'm proud of this Arsenal team. Arsenal should add some players like Mudryk. Like Mudryk is posting about Arsenal every day. I don't think he'd be posting about Arsenal if he wasn't coming. Tielemans would be great as well, for sure, and Portuguese striker from Atletico, that is Felix. That's what we want. Still need 2 or 3 players to make us better. Mudryk, Tielemans says outer. Where are the critics? We've really proved them wrong and have shamed them. We are the Gunners. Oh, there was a lot. Still now, I'll not forget back in June. Why are we signing Jesus? Like Zinchenko, Man City backup. He doesn't even play at Man City. What the hell is Arteta doing? Like, why are we still keeping Arteta? We've bottled the top 4. Things were hard during the window. I had a tough time trying to be Arteta in over the summer, like, because everyone was like, Glenn, are you crazy? Why are you supporting these guys? Ben White for 50 million, what the hell? Ben White is not 50 million, he's 100 million. We actually got him for cheap. He was playing against his former team, by the way, today. I thought the changes brought a lot of pressure on us. I agree. I think we made them a bit too early. And also it cost me in my FPL team Arteta. I would have left White for 1 more minute. I only found out in the 80th minute that White clean sheet didn't count. Yeah, man. So, and crazy, man. And right after he went off, they scored. So yeah, you would have had a clean sheet banked. Thank you for the super chat, Arki. I'm just seeing this. I'm buzzing. Happy New Year. We actually have not too long until the New Year. Less than 3 hours probably for most of you. But if you're in the west side, yeah. But yeah, just a few hours. Less than 10 hours for everyone. I'm buzzing. Happy New Year. Keep up the good work watching from USA. I appreciate it, RK. Thank you for that. Don't forget to thank the medical team. Yes, I think we've done well this season, even this year in general. Partey is fit. Martinelli. There's a time Martinelli got injured every 3 games. Saliba and Gabriel. Yes, I'll touch wood and everything. Yes, I know. Saliba and Gabriel fit for the entire season. None of them has gotten injured. Saka. Like Saka needs to be put in a bubble. Like, if there's one player I don't want to get injured, is Saka. Like, that guy is just amazing. Great Gunners, great performance. We are the Gunners. AK-47 rifle is on fire, says Emmanuel. I think we are bigger than that, man. I think we are talking about RPGs right now, man. I think right now we are big. Let's get to the player ratings. I'll come to the rest of your comments. Let's do the player ratings and see how what I'm going to give these players out of 10 for today. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, Ramsdale. We considered 2 goals, but Ramsdale did make 3 saves, but like 2 of them were easy saves. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10, Ramsdale. These days, we don't even talk about our goalkeeper as well, because like these days, I'm so confident. Like, his attitude towards the game, the way he collects the ball aerially. Like the last game against West Ham and today, every time the other team Brighton had 7 corners today. And I think maybe they had a shot on target from maybe 1 of them. The 6 others we cleared. Like, I think Ramsdale grabbed like 2 of them. He knows how to do it. Like the way he takes away pressure from us, I love it. Even today, there's a time he just grabbed the ball in the 90th minute and just fell down with it. Takes away all the pressure. Absolutely love him, man. Ramsdale gets a 6 today because we consider 2 goals at the end of the day. So 6 for him. Ben White. Ben White was subbed in the 59th minute, but he kept a clean sheet while he was on the pitch. And when he went off, he considered 2 goals. And he made 1 clearance. He had 1 interception, 2 tackles. Once again, I don't know if you guys always notice, Ben White doesn't pick up yellow cards, you know? He's a defender that never picks up yellow cards. Do you know how good that is? Like, for example, today, the likes of Gabriel picked up yellow cards. Ben White doesn't pick up yellow cards. Like, that is because he doesn't get himself out of position, and his tackles are well-timed and everything. What a player. One of my favorite players. And I still think he had a good season last season, as I still feel people think he didn't have a good season last time. I'm going to give Ben White a 7 because we didn't consider goal while he was on the pitch. 7 out of 10 for him. Saliba. No, I have to be fair. I'm not going to give anyone good marks because he won. I'm going to give Saliba 5 because that could really have cost us badly. Like, that's if that 3rd goal went in and it was counted, that second mistake for the 2nd goal for Saliba could have cost us badly, because literally there was no need to fall down there. The game was 4-1, just clear the ball and 3 goals ahead. If Saliba doesn't make that mistake, I think that game ends 5-1 or 4-2 or something like that, or still 4-2, yes. But I don't think would have had that much pressure. But we have to be fair. I don't think Saliba has been great the last 2 games. He gave away a silly penalty last game. He did have a few clearances, but saying that though, I've just remembered he made a very good clearance. I think it was a block or something clearance. Let me just check the stats. I'm going to give him a 5 because he made a crucial mistake, but maybe I'm being harsh. Maybe 6 is enough. Maybe 5 is too harsh. He made nine clearances. So that is good. 1 interception, 2 tackles. Remember, sometimes when you make these player ratings the first time, you might get a couple of things wrong. So I'll definitely rewatch the game once again because we scored 4 goals. I always rewatch every Arsenal game 3-4 times. But yes, he had an error leading to a goal, and he had 42 touches. I'm going to give him a 5, but maybe a 6 would be good. But 5 for him. Gabriel, I'm going to give him a 6. The only thing is that sometimes he needs to stop complaining to the referee because, the way they target Xhaka, this guy could be the next one to be targeted, and we don't want silly red cards in the game. These days, we don't pick up red cards. Have you guys noticed? Last season and the previous season, we got red cards every game. These days, we don't even pick up red cards. The discipline has also improved. Like Arteta, I don't know who has talked to these players. I don't know if it was Wenger when he came back. Like Arsene Wenger, this guy brought more good luck for Arsenal last week, Now that Arsene Wenger came to watch Arsenal, I don't think we'll ever lose another game, He's just brought more of his Professor Wenger good luck into the team. But the discipline as well. We don't pick up red cards and everything. But I need that to go on because Gabriel does get himself into a couple of terrible situations like he did against Leeds early on this season. 6 out of 10 for today. He's still our defenders. I don't still have no problem with having Gabriel and Saliba as our defenders. Zinchenko, just like Ben White, while he was on, we kept a clean sheet and they were subbed off when he conceded 2 goals. He did well. That side, they have the likes of Lamptey bombing forward and everything. So I'm going to give Zinchenko a 7 as well. I really hope he stays fit because he's a class player, man. He's a very good player. Very, very good player. And I can see the Saliba mistake again right now. Yeah, I didn't have a reason to make that mistake at all. And yes, I'm just watching that goal again. The third goal that was disallowed from Mitoma. I think Saliba was with Mitoma and Mitoma left him behind. So yes, I'm going to stick with the 5. Zinchenko 7. So that is the defense. Ramsdale 6, Ben White 7, Gabriel 6, Saliba 5, and Zinchenko 7. Hope that is fair enough. Midfield-wise, Thomas Partey, I'm going to give him an 8. As I said, I think there's a quote from Pep Guardiola about Busquets. If you watch the game, you don't see Partey. But if you watch Partey, you see the game. Hope that makes sense. That is not my quote. That is Pep Guardiola quoting Sergio Busquets at Barcelona. But yes, if you just watch the game and you watch the goals and you watch the clearances, you'll probably not see Thomas Partey. But if you look at Thomas Partey by himself and you forget about everyone else and you see what he does on the pitch, you'll know how good he is. As I say, that first goal, it came from Thomas Partey. That goal that Saka scored, it was Thomas Partey intercepting the ball in midfield that gave us the opportunity to create that chance in the first minute. Thomas Partey is so comfortable in midfield. He makes everything look so good, so easy, man. He makes everything look so easy. He stays fit as well. What a player. I cannot lie. In the beginning of the season, when we thought he was not going to be in the team, I was very scared. I was like, oh no, not Thomas Partey, man. Like, if Thomas Partey is not in this team again, who do we get, man? Who do you start getting in midfield? Because this is class, man. It's just because the fitness cost us. Because we always say if Partey was fit last season, we would have finished in the top 4. You guys know that. If Partey was fit, we'd have finished in the top 4. So for today, he gets an 8 out of 10. I think last game against West Ham, he had 100 touches. He picked up a yellow card, yes, but let me see. 73% accurate passes, shots on. So far, I've given him a 6, but I definitely do not agree with that. I saw Partey making 2 clear interceptions that gave us 2 goals. I'm not going to give him a 6. He gets an 8 out of 10. Again, if you watch the game, you're not going to see Partey, but if you watch Partey, you're going to see the whole game. Partey gets an 8. Next is Xhaka. Xhaka gets a 7. These days, I saw him giving away the ball maybe once, but these days, there's no one even saying anything about Xhaka. 1 year ago, you'd hear things like, look at Xhaka, This is why we don't want Xhaka. He's been here for 6 years. He got a silly yellow card. Look at this goal. I think he actually did it against Brighton 2 or 3 years ago. He gave Brighton a silly penalty. If you remember that game, there's a game where Xhaka gave away a penalty to Brighton at the Emirates. Usually, Xhaka is terrible. 2-3 years ago. These days, Xhaka is different sauce, man. This day, Xhaka has to play. Like, I'm usually like, Xhaka has to play. There's no way Xhaka is going anywhere. And fair play to the likes of Arteta for seeing that one, because I was screaming to get Tielemans instead of Xhaka at the beginning of the season. No. We've had the fact that we didn't sign Tielemans has given us a chance, has given Xhaka a chance to show his qualities. And Xhaka in a number 8 position, not in a defensive midfield position, Xhaka is different, man. These days, he does not pick up silly yellow cards. He does not give away silly goals, the silly penalties away. He gets involved in goals, assists every time this season, these days as well. 7 out of 10 for Xhaka. Those are the 2 midfielders I've talked about. Partey 8, Xhaka 7. Do you know the other guy who plays for us in midfield? That other guy next to Thomas Partey and Xhaka there. What a player. My goodness. Can you just admire him, you know? Let's. He also had a celebration, a basketball celebration. Jesus Christ. Like, sweet, like Steph Curry. Like, he celebrated like he's Steph Curry or LeBron James. Like, Odegaard is so perfect. Like, this is the new Luka Doncic if you watch NBA. This is our Luka Doncic. This guy is making everything happen. He's better than LeBron James. He's even doing... You know what I'm going to give Martin Odegaard? Yeah, 10. I'm going to give him a 10. Like, let me just go through the goals. The first goal, he's the one who gave the ball to Martinelli. That this guy, he nutmegged the defender. Was it Dunk? He nutmegged him in his own box. Like, the guts of even trying that. Usually someone in the box would panic, you know? Like, oh my God, should I shoot the ball? Should I pass? Odegaard actually relaxes and looks at the situation and he nutmegs someone in his own box. As someone who has a family back at home watching, imagine his kid watching him and asking him, Dad, what did Odegaard just do to you? Did he just put the ball in between your legs? Like, just imagine that. Like, I wouldn't even go home. If I was that defender, I wouldn't go home today. I'd go back home next year, like January 3rd or 4th or something. Like Martin Odegaard, we are not done yet. You think we are done? We are not done. He scored the second goal. He's scored like 7 goals this season. Martin Odegaard, he's scoring goals. I think Robbie said someone told him Odegaard is Ozil, but an Ozil who works hard. Odegaard is Ozil, but he's an Ozil who can run and he can run back and run forward. Basically, he's a hard-working Ozil. He has the passes. He has the vision of Ozil. He has the vision of those guys. And he's now scoring goals. We are not done yet. That pass for Martinelli's goal. Jesus Christ, my goodness. That pass was so dirty, man. Like, I need to watch it again. Like, if it was someone else in that position, we do not score that fourth goal. That game could have ended 3-2 or 3-3. If it was not for Martin Odegaard with that pass, goodness me. Fantastic player. Everything he does in midfield is perfect. 35 million, you know. We signed him for 35 million. I repeat, Man United have signed Anthony for 100 million. Lukaku, 100 million. Who even let's come back home. Nicolas Pepe, 72 million. Like, let me ask you, like, Pepe was here for like 4 years. No disrespect to Pepe. He was here for 4 years. But what Odegaard has done this season alone is probably more than Pepe ever done for us. Yes, he helped us win the FA Cup, so there's that. But, like, what Odegaard is doing for us these days, man. Every single captain is the captain as well. Some of us were not sure about Odegaard being captain. I'm never going to complain again. Odegaard is the perfect captain for this team. Everything he does is perfect. Literally reminds me, it's like a combination of Fabregas, Ozil, Kleb, Flamini, Rosicki, all these guys in midfield. It's a combination of all of them. He makes football look so easy. And it's not just today. I think against West Ham as well, there's a time he did some skill in midfield and he just left, I think, Rice and someone else. He does it every day these days. Martin Odegaard scoring. I think he's our top scorer these days as well. 10 for Martin Odegaard, 100%. What a player! I absolutely love him, man. I love him for sure. This you can see why Haaland scores a lot of goals for Norway. It's because of Odegaard. Without Odegaard, there's no Haaland. That is why Haaland is doing well. He wants to. This is the best guy from Norway in the Premier League. Forget about Haaland. This is the best guy from Norway. Haaland is the best player from Norway in the Premier League. Number one is Martin Odegaard. What a player! 10 out, and then he does the basketball celebration. Where did that even come from, though? I'd like to know that. But basketball celebration. Shout out to you, Luka Doncic Odegaard. Now, next up is Saka. 8 out of 10. Just look at him on screen smiling. When Saka smiles, you just smile. You know when someone smiles, you just find yourself smiling as well. Saka has that ability. Like when he smiles, we just find ourselves smiling as well. Like he's that good, and he's changed, man. He's since missing the penalty and everything, the confidence of taking the penalties these days. He's scoring goals as well. I've always been a critic of that part of the game. I need him to be more clinical in front of goal. But every time he scores goals, it builds up his confidence. He's very young. And now that he's met Arsene Wenger, because he had never met Arsene Wenger before, now that Saka's met Arsene Wenger, I think the only way is up now. Whatever Arsene Wenger told him, I'm telling you. You remember what Wenger did to the likes of Fabregas? If anything like that happens to Saka, we are not going to win the Premier League this season alone. We are going to win it again next season. We are going to retain it. Saka, 8 out of 10, scored a very good opening goal. Could have had a second maybe, but fantastic player. So 8 out of 10 for Saka. Maybe even a 9. Maybe I'm even being harsh, but 8 out of 10 for him. Next up is the other guy from Brazil, man. The best Brazilian in the league, Martinelli. 9 out of 10. I think basically every single goal Martinelli was involved. Saka's goal, it came from Martinelli. Nketiah's goal, it was from a Martinelli shot as well that was saved and fell to Nketiah. 4th goal was scored by Martinelli. What a player. I also have him in my FPL team. I don't know how many points he got. I think he got a lot of points as well today. He's a fantastic player. Another fantastic finish with his left foot. He doesn't panic in front of goal. Personally, I think if you put Martinelli and Saka in front of a goalkeeper and you give them 10 chances each, I think Martinelli would score more. I think he's a better finisher than Saka. Like Martinelli does even have those chipped goals and everything. Like he's very good at finishing left foot, right foot. I also think Martinelli can finish with his left foot more than Saka can finish with his right foot, if that makes sense. So he's a deadly finisher. And you know when Man United fans and Chelsea fans are telling us about, look at Arsenal players at the World Cup sitting on the bench. Lisandro Martinez is playing for Argentina. You have Kovacic is playing for Croatia. Arsenal players are sitting on the bench. I was like, great. I'm not a Brazil fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. I want Martinelli to rest. I want Martinelli to come back fresh. And look at him. He didn't get injured. He came back fresh. Yes, you'll be happy about Lisandro Martinez clearing a ball at the World Cup for Argentina. Be happy about Havertz scoring a goal for Germany at the World Cup. I'm happy when Arsenal players do well at the World Cup, but I don't support any of those teams. I support Arsenal, and he's come back. And straight away, he scored last week and he scored this week as well. Martinelli is scoring every day. Odegaard is scoring every day. Saka is scoring. I think they all scored last game, right? I think I have it here. Saka scored last game. Did he score? Yeah, Saka scored, Martinelli scored, Nketiah scored. Today, Saka scored, Nketiah scored, Martinelli scored. And Odegaard added another one. Fantastic. 9 out of 10 for Martinelli. Fantastic player once again. Nketiah. I think Martinelli and Saka were better than him today. But he scored a goal, and I don't think he did anything wrong at all today. I need to check something. I need to check Saka and Martinelli's stats. Let me just check Gabriel Martinelli. He scored a goal. He had an assist. He won 3 out of his 9 ground duels. I think that's great. He also made 2 tackles. Saka got a yellow card today. 1 goal as well. 1 shot on target, 35 touches. Oh, he had a terrible accuracy in terms of passes today, Saka. He only completed 56% of his passes. That means he gave away the ball a lot, so that's not great. But Nketiah today, I don't think he didn't do anything wrong. He scored the goal. He didn't really miss any crucial chances. He had 35 touches, and there's nothing to complain about. Like he's gotten the Thierry Henry powers. Like if he gets that number 14 power, yeah, the Premier League is going to be in a lot of trouble. Nketiah gets a 7 for today, 7 out of 10. I think that is fair enough. So let me recap the starting players once again. Ramsdale 6, Ben White 7, Gabriel 6, Saliba 5. Was it Tierney? Zinchenko, I gave him a 7 because he came off before he conceded. Same with Ben White. Partey 8, Xhaka 7, Odegaard 10, Saka 8, Martinelli 9, and Nketiah 7. I think that is fair enough. I think that is good. Bench players, Tierney and Tomiyasu. I'm going to give Tierney a 6. Tomiyasu a 6. I think a couple of goals came from that side, but he still did a couple of interceptions against Mitoma. And Holding and Elneny weren't on for too long, so 5 for Elneny and 5 for Holding. Mikel Arteta, rating. We considered 2 goals, lost concentration, so definitely not a 10. But I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10, man. Like, I'm so happy that I've always been Arteta in. Like, you don't know how happy I am that I've never said Arteta out. I always told you guys there's something there. Guardiola became Man City manager, and he could have chosen Puyol. He could have chosen Xavi. He could have chosen Alonso. He could have chosen Iniesta, because all those guys have become assistant or managers recently. But he chose Arteta. He said, Arteta is the guy I'm going to go for. And then I've heard about former players. Tim Cahill, his teammate at Everton. I had Cazorla saying as well, like, we always knew Arteta was going to be a manager. So there's definitely something that was there. And then this guy came, and after 6 months, he won us an FA Cup. People said it was lucky. No, it was not lucky. We beat Man City and Chelsea in the semi-final and final. That was not his team. Pepe was not Arteta's player. Bellerin was not Arteta's player, although they played together. He's not his player. Leno was not Arteta's player. Many others. Guendouzi was not Arteta's player. The players that are playing right now are Arteta's players. 90% of them. Zinchenko, goalkeeper, even Nketiah is the one who's given him a new contract and told him to stay. I do even consider Xhaka and Nketiah Arteta players because he told them to stay and he gave them new contracts. So he definitely believes in them because he literally let everyone else go. Like 30 players have gone, but Xhaka and Nketiah are still here. And then we've gone to Brighton, top of the table. City have just dropped points. Newcastle have just dropped points. Everyone is expecting Arsenal to drop points because we never do well at their place. We rock up at the Amex Stadium. We score a goal in the first 1 minute. We go to halftime 2-0. We make it 3-0 as well. Things very comfortable most of the game until the 70th minute. Away from home, we have the best record away from home this season out of every single team. We've now won at Chelsea, won at Brighton. We've won at all these teams. Brentford, apparently they were saying Brentford is an easy game. Arsenal should win. No, Brentford have beaten Man City. They've drawn with Tottenham. They've beaten Man United. Those teams are good. And we've now gone to Brighton and we've scored 4 goals. We are not struggling for goals these days. Goals are not coming from one area. We are scoring goals from Martinelli's side. We are scoring goals from Saka's side. We are scoring goals from midfield, Xhaka, Odegaard. Partey can score a banger from anywhere. Nketiah is right position, right time, 2 goals in 2 games. Goalkeeper, not a major problem. Yes, I know Saliba's made a couple of errors, but Zinchenko, Tierney, whoever plays comfortable. We can rotate between Tomiyasu and the right and I'm telling you, even if Cedric plays, I think he'll become a superstar. Like this Arsenal team, I think whoever is in the Arsenal team right now is just amazing. Ben White or Tomiyasu, whoever plays, fantastic. We are scoring from corner kicks as well. We can keep possession. We can go to away grounds and dominate the game. We are going to teams like Chelsea and Brighton, teams that used to thump us 6-0, 3-0, and you're going there and you're dominating the game, comfortable, creating chance after chance, and we have gone 7 points ahead. I never thought you were going to give 7 points ahead, man. 9 out of 10 for Arteta. Fantastic game, man. Absolutely fantastic. Yes, we almost bottled it at the end, but looking at the game overall, I'm so happy. Bernard says, happy New Year to you. Bernard as well. I'm so happy, man. Let's see. Odegaard is becoming a beast in that center. What a player, says Exodus. Yes, like I'm one of them. Yes, I'm giving myself credit for believing in Ben White and Arteta, but yes, I'm not one of those people who said Odegaard ahead of Maddison. I'm one of those people who said Maddison instead of Odegaard. I was very wrong in terms of that. Good to see Smith Rowe back. Yes, you know Smith Rowe was our second top scorer last season, and he's not even been playing. Just imagine when he comes back. Oh, I can't wait. Thank you for watching from South Africa, Ibrahim. Congratulations, Arsenal fans worldwide. What a game, says Lee. Arsenal will go all the way to the end of the season, top of the league. That would be very good, Vanny. Like, we've not seen Arsenal win the title for 18 years. The last time Arsenal won the Premier League, like, I still didn't understand football. So there is that. That's great. Let's see. Don't forget to thank the medical team. That's right. Next 3 games are key. So if we get 7 points out of 9, I'd be very happy with that. I think we need to beat Newcastle at home. Away from home at their place, that will be difficult. I'd be happy with a draw away at Newcastle. But when they come to our place, Emirates is different. Emirates, I think we've won every single game at the Emirates this season. Yes, we've not even drawn one. We've won every single game at the Emirates this season. We've beaten Tottenham. We've beaten Liverpool. We've beaten all these guys at the Emirates. There's no reason why we shouldn't beat Newcastle. When we go to Tottenham, it's definitely going to be hard. I think we are better than them attacking, but obviously they have Son and Kane and everything and like that. But Man United at home, we need to win. We always beat Man United at home. And also, they've been talking a lot about beating us 3-1. I need us to put Man United in their place. I really need that game to end 6-0. Guys, there's nothing that I dislike like those guys, you know. It would be a disaster if Man United came and did the double over us. They'll not shut up about it. They'll tell everyone that the only team, they're still saying that they're the only team to beat Arsenal. I want that to change when they come to our place this month. So 7 points would be good, Lee. I'd be happy with 7 points. How are you, Alex? Even it's the legend, I appreciate it, man. Happy New Year to you too. Fantastic year. Well done. Should be talked. Yeah, obviously. They're still young, Charles. The thing is, all our defenders, especially Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, all these guys, I don't think we have anyone above 25, 26 apart from Zinchenko. But most of our players are young, the ones who are starting. So mistakes will happen. Even last season, we bottled top 4 because we had young players and injuries and everything. But they're growing. Remember, they're growing. In the next 4 years, when these guys are 25, 26, Saka 25, Odegaard 26, all these guys like that age, we are going to be very dangerous. Hopefully, we keep them. First of all, we need to give Odegaard a 10-year contract right now. We need to give Saka, Saliba, all these guys contracts right now. From Zimbabwe, says Peniel, thank you for watching. Ndaba says the new gift for 2023, it was my birthday. Happy birthday to you and Happy New Year. And what a birthday present, Ndaba. That is fantastic. Best New Year. I liked Arteta's motivation. He told them to relax and be composed. Yep. No panicking these days. If it was Arsenal from 2 years ago, oh my goodness, we would have been melting and scared and everything. Like, oh my goodness, 3-1. We ain't like these days now. Chigadi says Partey, he was the one holding the midfield, never should repeat again, making the same mistake. I like that process. You like it now, Ambrose, right? The process, there was actually a process. The people who are making jokes about it, no, it was actually a good process. It is working. The sports journalists, they don't want us to trust the process. As DJ Khaled says, they don't want us to win. They don't want us to win. They hate on us, man. They don't want us to win. But you know what you're going to do? We are going to keep winning. They didn't believe in us. They didn't believe in us. They didn't believe in us. But you know what we did? We just kept on winning. All we do is win, 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 no matter what. Good evening, Anu. How are you? Up the Ghana, says Ben. Saliba will still need some improvement, says Vincent. I think every one of them does. I think Gabriel can improve as well. I think Saka can improve in a certain situation as well. Even needs to improve in a certain situation. We need to play Vieira more. We'll see him a lot this month. We have FA Cup games. Europa League will start in February. But yes, the fact that, Fabio Vieira plays in the same position as players like Odegaard, so I don't think it is possible to remove Odegaard and put Vieira. But I want us to get ourselves into that situation. You know, the way Man City do it, like Foden can sit on the bench today, Miles can play, De Bruyne can be on the bench today, Gundogan can play. For us, we are still not yet in that position to say, okay, Saka, Martinelli bench today, we are going to play Marquinhos and Vieira. We're still not yet in that position. But hopefully by the time we get to next season, we can even afford to rest players. We can just say today, Saka and Xhaka bench, Tielemans, Modric playing. Like if we're in that situation, then we are definitely cooking. Saliba 4, says Vincent, so even more harsh. 9. Okay, Tish. KRG says, hello, how are you? My name is Max. Thank you for watching, KRG. Good results. How far with our signings? We are starting to talk about transfers from tomorrow. Let's have a New Year's party, enjoy ourselves, and then tomorrow we will be back for the transfer news and everything. Transfer window is opening tomorrow. My name is Arsenal. That is the best name to have. Let's see. It's been long. Says Baba Musa. Yeah, we are back now. Let's stay injury free. Next, Newcastle is next in line. As I said at the beginning, I fear Brighton away more than I fear Newcastle at home, but definitely cannot underestimate them. Those guys, they're very confident right now, so you cannot underestimate them. Modric. I think Modric will join Arsenal. He's posting about Arsenal every time, but we'll talk about him from tomorrow. But as of now, Happy New Year, guys. Enjoy your crossover to the next year. Arsenal has definitely made us so happy. We've won yet another game. We are 7 points clear. But before I go, there's definitely one thing I need to check. Definitely, I can't leave here without checking the table. Definitely not. We have to show them the table. Like we've been top for 4 or 5 months, guys. We have to check the table. Let's check our table. Up the gunner, says Peter. Let's do this. Let's check the table. 7 points clear of Man City. I would never have thought that. Let's see. Let's do this. Oh, that table looks so good, man. That table looks so good. Look at that. Look at that form. We are also the only team to win. 5 W's in a row. We are like a website, man. www.arsenal. Like, look at that. We've won 5 games in a row. Oh, goodness me. And then the thing that I love most, we've won 14 games. We've drawn 1 and we've lost 1. And that drawn 1, we absolutely battered Southampton that day. Like, Jesus had a bad day, that game. We could have beaten them 4-0. Man United, they were very lucky. Now, Man United didn't beat us fair and square. They got 3 points, great. But that game was 1-1, and we were trying to attack, and Rashford got a couple of counter-attack chances and scored. This time we are not going to make that mistake. Man United are not coming to the Emirates, and they're coming to the Emirates, and we are not going to counter-attack them. No, we are coming to absolutely thump you. Any Man United fans watching this, we are going to make that correct. So that is very good, man. 7 points ahead of Man City. Newcastle has played 1 game more than us, but you're still 9 points ahead of them. We are 11 points ahead of Man United, but they keep talking about beating us. Tottenham, 13 points ahead of Tottenham. We are 15 points ahead of Liverpool, guys. 15 points ahead of Liverpool. Chelsea, we are almost 20 points ahead of Chelsea. Can you believe that? We are 19 points ahead of Chelsea. 19. That is like basically Arsenal right now, we can go for a holiday for 3 months until March and let all these other teams play. And when we come back, Man City is the only team that can probably catch up with us. Like, we can actually afford to go on a one month break, and these teams will still not catch up with us. 19 points ahead of Chelsea. Crazy. So I think if we win another 5-6 games, I think that is top 4 confirmed. Hopefully, I think we are definitely going to be in the Champions League next season. Hopefully. So that is great. We've won 5-6. I don't even know how many games in a row. These days we are built different. Don't worry, man. He'll definitely play. He'll feature like even next week in the FA Cup. He'll play, and also there's some games he'll be played for as well. Like when Odegaard can't play every single game, so there's that. But we are top of the table. Another very good win. Make sure to hit the like button. Happy New Year to you guys, and catch up with you from tomorrow. We are going to do transfer news. See you tomorrow, and Happy New Year.